Yo, what's up everyone, it's Ninpos. Today I'm going to be showing how to use Tarka G for beginner players. As always, we're going to be starting off with his F abilities, aka skills, and which ones are the best. His F1 and F3 are his two best, with his F1 being the number one best. So for F1, the way that it works is you activate a counter stance, and if they hit you, then you can counter punch that does burn damage and also a big stagger. And his F3 is a fireball that's very good for crowd control, like trios, that'll burn enemies for a long time over time and debuff them where they can take more damage for your attacks. So let's start off again showcasing how his F1 ability would work. He's gonna be attacking. He's gonna be attacking me, and you'll see whenever he hits me, my character activates a counter, and he has enough stagger to even let off a 1.0 release of a blue focus. So another good time to use this F would be like if you're fighting someone and you flank. A lot of the time they may try to instantly throw an ability, you get the punch in and you could get a big damage combo such as something like this. It's very good. All right, now moving on to his fireball, it's pretty as simple as it sounds. You throw the fireball, it'll hit them and causing burn damage, and the next few attacks are vulnerable, so your attacks will hit harder. One thing I'd like to point out with this though is if they are in a blue focus, they will not get staggered, as you just saw. They'll still be able to do their attack, so you might want to stay away from enemies while doing this in case it does not stagger them. Alright, so now we'll be moving on to his ultimate abilities. His best two are his V1 and his V3. So it's pretty counter composite of these. So F1, F3, V1, V3. His V1 is more stamina reliant. So this is where we do things like the infinite uppercut combo with Tarka. It's very good for solos because stamina you can never get enough of. You always want to be able to dodge and stay maneuvering because you never know when you get caught, you might just die. His V3 is really good for team modes like trios, because the way that it works is you have an attack increase, and whenever you hit enemies, it buffs your rage up a lot, so you can keep your ultimate ongoing forever as long as you're doing a lot of damage. So first I'll be showcasing his V1 ultimate. As you can see, I'll be able to dodge a lot, and I'll have my stamina coming back really quickly for more dodges. It's very good for that regard. Also, when you're in his ult, his punch has an iframe, so if the enemies are spamming an attack, you can iframe through it into whatever you want, such as the infinite, which is what V1 specializes in. If you would like to know how to do the infinite, there are videos all over YouTube. I'll link one to a Casper video. And yeah. Now I'll be showcasing his V3. This is where things get kind of crazy. As you can see, I'm at like 60%. But you can keep getting the percentage up based off damage. As you see, his ultimate is not really going down. This is where I would like to use the first ability because I can get a focus attack in off of that. So if I'm in ult and he attacks my F, I get the punch back and get a focus attack charge, and you see the percentage goes up quite a bit. It's very useful. One last thing I forgot to mention about his ultimate ability is that the way to do his double punch, or shift punch is what we call it, is by pressing dodge twice. When you press dodge twice, you'll do this punch animation, and the way to get it most consistent upon enemies is if you double press it without holding a movement key, as the melee aim assist will auto lock onto them, and that will help out a bunch, especially for you controller players. It's very good and strong. Make sure you prioritize using that. Alright, that'll be all for today's Tarka video. I hope this helped you guys a lot, especially as new players, because this guy can be very complicated as a new player starting out without proper guidance. I appreciate you guys for coming through as always. Let me know in the comments which character you want me to do next, and I'll see you guys in the next video.